Welcome to our biology lessons مع دكتور هناء. Today إن شاء الله we will take with each other combined science biology part June 2024 variant 1. Question 1. The diagram shows a plant cell and animal cell as seen under a light microscope. What is the structure P and what is one of its functions? So if you concentrate well, we can find the common letter, which is P. Is it a cell membrane or cell wall? Yes, we will cross the cell wall. So we will eliminate C and D. What about its function? Control the entry of substances into the cell or support the cell? Yes, we will cross the support the cell. So the correct answer is the structure P is cell membrane, and its function is controls the entry of substances into the cell. So the correct answer is A. Question 2. The diagram represents the enzyme amylase and products of digestion by amylase. What are products X and Y? We have to revise first. If we have protein, that's digested by protease enzyme to produce amino acids. And if we have lipid, digested by lipase enzyme to produce fatty acids and glycerol. If we have starch, digested by amylase that produce simple sugar. So products X and Y are simple sugar. So the correct answer is D. Question 3. Which type of cell needs a supply of magnesium ion to carry out its main function? Where we can find magnesium ion? We can find it in the structure of chlorophyll. But where we can find the chlorophyll? We can find it inside the chloroplast. Where we can find the chloroplast? We can find it in palisade mesophyll cell. So the correct answer here is B. Question 4. Which process produce food molecules that are small enough to be absorbed? When we need it to be absorbed, it should be in a simple water-soluble substance. So you have to know this related to the chemical digestion that's done by enzymes. So what is the difference between chemical digestion, ingestion, and mechanical digestion? Chemical digestion is done by enzyme to break down the complex substances into simple water-soluble molecules to be easily absorbed and reaches to bloodstream. But what about ingestion? Here, getting rid of feces or stool outside the body through the anus. What about ingestion? He taken in the food by the action of teeth. And what about mechanical digestion? It just change large pieces into smaller in size. Question 5. Which statement about the structure and function of blood vessel is correct? Arteries have valves and always carry oxygenated blood, or arteries have a thick muscular wall to maintain a high blood pressure, or veins have a narrow lumen to allow the blood to flow quickly, or veins have a thin wall so they can exchange molecules with tissue cells. So, again, arteries have valves. No, we can find the valves in veins. Arteries have a thick muscular wall to maintain a high blood pressure. Yes, but we have to continue reading the other choices. Veins have a narrow lumen. No, have wide lumen. Veins have a thin wall, yes, so they can exchange the molecules with the tissue cells. No, it couldn't exchange it. By the exchange function, this related to blood capillaries. So the correct answer here is B. Question 6. Which processes use the energy released by respiration? Diffusion, growth, osmosis, and protein synthesis. Diffusion does not need any energy because it belongs to the passive transport. Growth, yes, needs energy. Osmosis, exactly the same idea of diffusion that belongs to the passive transport. And the protein synthesis needs energy. So when we choose, so we need it to be cross, tick, cross, and tick. So the correct answer is C. Question 7. Molecules from a balanced chemical equation for aerobic respiration are listed. C6H12O6, which is glucose. CO2, which is carbon dioxide. H2O, which is water. And O2, which is oxygen. What represents the correct equation for the aerobic respiration using these molecules? When they ask about the aerobic respiration, we have to remember, yes, we have to know, go WC. Go WC. Go represent the glucose, O represent oxygen, W represent water, and C represent carbon dioxide. So we have to return back to the numbers. G, which is 1, O, oxygen, which is 4, W, water, 3, carbon dioxide, which is 2. So we need to find in the reactants 1 plus 4, and in products 2 and 3. 1 and 2, this 2 eliminated. 2 plus 3, no, in the reactant. 1 plus 4 produces 2 plus 3. Yes, this is the correct answer. And this is eliminated, so the correct answer is C. Question 8. Which statement about adrenaline is correct? It is produced by a gland, or it's transported in the red blood cells. It only has one target organ. It reduces the size of the pupil. So it does not reduce the size of the pupil, it widens it. It has only one target cell, no many target organs. It transported in the red blood cell. No, it is not in red blood cell. It produced by a gland. This is the correct answer. Question 9. Auxin stimulates the cell elongation. If a light shines onto a shoot, why does it grow toward the direction of the light? We have to revise it again. If we have this shoot, and we have here the source of light in one side. So what happens to the auxins? We can find the auxins migrate to the other side of the light. That causes elongation toward the light. So auxins spread evenly. Notice does not spread evenly. Auxins stay in the shoot tip. No, it does not stay. It just migrate away from the light. More auxins collect on the side of the shoot furthest from the light. Yes. More auxins collect to the side of shoot nearest the light. No, so the correct answer is C. Question 10. Which statement about the sexual reproduction is always correct? It involves only one parent. No, two parents, male and female. It involves the fusion of nuclei. Yes. It produces genetically identical. No. It takes place only in animal. No, not only, but also in flowering plants. So the correct answer is B. Question 11. Which row describes the adaptation of wind-pollinated flower? Wind-pollinated flower. Anthers inside the flower? No. This is, we can find it in insect-pollinated flower. Large petals, no, we can find it in insect-pollinated flower. Stigma outside the flower, yes. So we need to search for the cross-crossing tick. So the correct answer is D. Question 12. The list shows the adaptive features of some gametes, flagellum, jelly coat, sac of enzymes at one end, a store of energy. Which features are present in a human male gamete? So asking about the sperm. So we have to revise it. If we have the sperm head, includes the nucleus and acrosome, the front that secrete enzymes, and the smith piece that has mitochondria, and the flagellum that helps in movement. Okay. Do we have flagellum? Yes. Do we have a jelly coat? No. A sac of enzyme at one end, we can find it at acrosome, and the store of energy, no. So we need one of the choices includes 1 and 3. So the correct answer is A. Question 13. The diagram shows a food web. How many of the food chains in this food web support the wolf? We have to go to the wolf, okay, and highlight it by this way. And return back to the questions. So we have one of the roots is corn, grasshopper, rat, wolf, python. This root number 1. We'd like to change the color to we easily find it. So we have flowering plant, butterfly, dragonfly, thrush, wolf, python. This is root number 2. We have another one, change the color. Lavenders, butterfly, dragonfly, thrush, wolf, python. This is root number 3. We can choose another color. Mangoes, fruit fly, dragonfly, thrush, wolf, python. This is root number 4. And we have to choose another one. We have mangoes, fruit fly, thrush, wolf, python. This is root number 5. So how many roots do we have? So how many food chains? So we have 5 food chains. This is the biology part. Thank you and see you in the next exam. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you and goodbye.